Hi folks, Meteorologist Ryan Hoke here with a Saturday morning edition of the Hokey video blog. The runners are off and going in the Kentucky Derby Festival Mini and the Marathon. They're getting a little wet this morning, but we're more concerned about what happens this afternoon and evening with severe weather potential across Kentucky. And we'll talk about that in just a second. It is a gloomy morning, though, from our Kentucky One Health SkyTrack network of cameras from Jeffersonville. Looking at the Metro Louisville skyline, temperatures are in the 50s and upper 40s in some cases. We've got the rain moving through, band of rain now moving through the metro area as we speak here at about just after 8 o'clock. May see some additional showers behind this, though. I don't think will be done until around noon or slightly thereafter. A few clouds trying to break up to our west. We'll have to see how that goes. Really, we're going to be seeing some sunshine, though, as we go throughout the early afternoon. That's going to be helping to fuel instability for storms this afternoon and evening. We've got this real mess of a setup because a warm front is trying to slowly move into Kentuckiana. And as it does so, it's going to stall out somewhere, probably around or just south of the Louisville Metro. We're getting mixed signals on where that's going to happen. Some of the data last night was saying it's going to be just south of the Louisville Metro. It'd be E-Town, Bardstown at the highest risk of thunderstorms, because really it's along that warm front where we get the real big problems, because that's where you get these veering winds that cause thunderstorms to rotate. And now we're getting a signal from some of the short-range data and the NAM model that this may line up right along I-64 in the Louisville Metro. Yikes. We'll have to see how that works out. It's going to be something we'll have to take hour by hour. At this point, we're almost going to have to throw away a lot of the model data because we're getting too close to the actual event. Been talking with National Weather Service meteorologists this morning, getting some of their thoughts, and of course telling them some of my thoughts as well. And basically the consensus is at this point is we're not seeing enough rainfall or any sort of thunder, embedded lightning, convection, as you would say here, to get this warm front to push any farther south. That's bad, all right? We're trying to get this thing as far south as we can, away from the big population center here, 750,000 people here in Metro Louisville. At this point, we're not seeing a whole lot of evidence to the contrary, so we'll have to see how this works out, of course, as we go throughout the afternoon. I don't think this is going to be like a massive severe weather outbreak, but I do think this will be a severe weather event that we'll have to track as we go throughout the afternoon and the evening. We'll go over some of the risks with you here in a second once we get some of the timing nailed down for you. By 2 o'clock, we do have showers pretty much going on just north of here for the most part. We start to see this kind of clearing going on down to our south and west. If Futurecast keeps the clouds in here, I'm not so sure that that's going to be the case. I think we may see some breaks of sunshine. You'll see those basically just south of our area here, but I think they'll trend more upward into our neck of the woods. Here's the problem, though. By 7 o'clock, you'll see these supercells getting fired up across our southern viewing area. Again, the maximum risk would be south of Metro Louisville. Really, at this point, along and south of 64, fair game for severe weather, but I think especially you folks down toward E-Town, Bardstown, Campbellsville, Litchfield. I mean, this really could be a big hail threat for you because there's so much instability and some cold air aloft to work with. We could get baseballs falling from the sky, folks. I mean, these supercells are going to mean business as they're moving through. Again, we're not trying to scare anyone here, but this is probably one of the bigger severe weather risks we've had in quite some time. Of course, we've had severe weather already this season, but I don't think we've seen this caliber yet. Now, we're going to see these supercells continue to train through along with this warm front. May present a flash flooding risk as they do so because they'll be putting down copious amounts of rainfall. Now, as the actual low pressure moves through, these cells may cluster into a line, and we could see a line of thunderstorms, kind of the grand finale, if you will, moving on through. This could affect the Louisville Metro based on the latest data that this warm front's going to be, pretty much along I-64. We'd be fair game for that. But notice what's going on with temperatures up in the north. Still in the 40s and 50s. You guys will be there all day in southern Indiana because you'll be south of that front. But folks down to the south of Metro Louisville, 70s, maybe toward 80 degrees. This is all gone. After midnight, we're free and clear. The forecast is calm for the rest of the week. That's the good news. All right? Derby's looking good. Parade's looking good. Your Sunday's even looking good. Get out there and grill out. I think I need to fire up my grill tomorrow. That'd be a good idea. Here's a storm threat, all right? Enhanced risk of severe weather, basically south of the Louisville metro area. They've got an update coming out here in just a little bit. We'll post the latest on that, of course, on Facebook and Twitter. You're seeing that we've got the slight risk of severe storms just to the north. This is kind of what I call the iffy area that's in the slight risk, because if the storm threat does increase, it would be in this area because the warm front would move northward. On the contrary, if the warm front stays to our south, then the enhanced risk would have to be lowered down to the south as well. We'll just have to see how this goes. I hate these setups because we can't give you a more definite answer at this point as to the exact location. The timing, though, we can at least give you a pretty good ballpark at this point. 4 p.m. here in the metro, 1 a.m. would be the ending point for that as well. 4 p.m., of course, would be the starting point to our west. Here in the metro area itself, I would say somewhere between 6 and 10 o'clock would be the main risk area. We'll have to see how that goes. Of course, a few tornadoes, wind damage. I mean, we may get some wind reports 75, maybe 80 miles per hour out of this. We'll have to see how much mixing we're able to get in some of the mid-level dry air and be able to channel that down to the surface. Flash flooding a concern, lightning always a concern with any storm, but a few tornadoes, that's going to be our concern. Again, I don't foresee a huge outbreak here, all right? I just foresee the potential for a few of these supercells along this warm front to put down some tornadoes. So here's the deal. Here's a checklist for you, all right? You need a no-weather radio in alert mode. I hear some folks saying, well, we don't know how to do that. They do have instructions. They've got the same codes online if you want to put your county in there, so you're just going to have to do the best you can with that. I know sometimes they're not the easiest, but certainly get one if you can. They sell them at local area drugstores and the grocery stores as well. Pick one out. They're inexpensive, around $30 or so. I think that's just a fine thing to get for anybody's house. It's much like a smoke detector, all right? Just want to put one in your house. Wave 3 weather app. iOS, Android, download it today. It's got the weather notifications on there. As soon as a warning comes out for your location, it'll pop it up on the screen and make a noise. So that's something good to have. Then you can track the storms live with our radar as well. You can watch our coverage on there, live streaming coverage. And this is the big thing. And this is something that I think we don't say enough here, but I think that needs to be hit on, is the fact that folks need to know where they live. All right? We get these warnings, they come out, and they come out for portions of counties. They are what are called polygonal warnings. All right, they're polygons, and they cover parts of counties that have the highest risk of seeing a severe weather event in the immediate short-term time frame. All right, so a severe thunderstorm warning, a tornado warning. They're issued in polygons, and you need to know what part of the county you live in so that when these polygons are issued and you see them on TV or you see them on a weather app, you know that, hey, I'm within that polygon. I'm in northern Bullitt County. I need to be taking shelter now. Or I'm in southern Harrison County. Wherever you may be and wherever these warnings may be issued, you need to make sure you know where you live. We get so many questions about, will this hit a certain city? Will this hit a certain locale? We've posted maps up of this, so you just got to know where you live, folks. We can't put every city and every county on every map, all right? So we got to take some personal responsibility with this as well, but we're going to try to give you the most detailed information that we can as we go throughout the afternoon. We're going to be here, of course, all throughout the day, monitoring things on social media, on the television side, and, of course, the website of things as well. Make sure that everybody's able to get through this informed so that you know when to take your family down to safety, whether it be a basement, the lower level of your house, of course. And hey, if you've got a helmet laying around, like a bicycle helmet, a motorcycle helmet, a work helmet, if you've got a few of those, hey, put them in your tornado safe place. Might be a good idea to be wearing those when you're down in your tornado safe place if a warning is issued for your location. Sturdy shoes. Put those on when you're in your tornado safe place as well. We don't want folks stepping on debris and not having good sturdy shoes on. That's been a problem in previous tornado events across the southeastern U.S. that we've studied here. So definitely take precautions this afternoon. If a warning is issued, this is going to be serious business, folks. But again, for folks in southern Indiana, you may say, what storms? It may just be kind of a cold rain up there. That's the delicate balance that we have to deal with this afternoon. Rest of the week, though, looks benign, right? I mean, 60s, mid-60s throughout most of the week. We got a small shower chance on Wednesday, but for the big parade on Friday, 71, 73 on Oaks Day. I think we may get even better than that, or Derby. Can't complain. Pretty good-looking forecast. We just got to get through that fly in the ointment, which is the severe weather risk today. We'll have updates coming your way on Facebook, Twitter, and, of course, here on Wave 3 News. Stay safe out there, folks. I'm Meteorologist Ryan Hoke.